Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 11th Annual Community Christmas Show here at Shoreline Players Theater. My name is J.D. Hockey. It's a pleasure to be along once again. 11 years we've been doing this, folks. It's amazing. And thinking back over some of the shows that we've had, boy, the talent that you've seen here has definitely been second to none. And tonight is no exception. The beautiful thing about the theater is it is self-sustaining. Not only do we have people in their experienced years, such as myself, we also have young people as little tonight as 3 years old that will be gracing our stage. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you saw out in the lobby the Bling Bada Boom booth. They're having a raffle, so when you go out for intermission, would you please stop by there and pick up a raffle ticket. They're $1 each, 6 for $5 or 12 for 10, because you got a chance to win a very beautiful set of paparazzi jewelry. And all the proceeds tonight that they raise will be going right to Shoreline Players. I say that, you can applaud, yes, I say that because I asked you, are you warm? Are you comfy? If you utilized the restroom, did you feel the hot water? Did you see our Charlie Brown Christmas tree in the lobby? If you didn't, take a look at it. It's actually our water heater and our fan to our heating system. And of course, they had to go out about 2 weeks ago during that really bad cold snap that we had. So, you guys came in tonight, went to the box office, and they went, it's all good, no charge. Come on in. This show is our thank you to the community for the support you've given us over the years past. So we don't charge you to come in, but I'm charging you $25 to get out. Okay, I'll lower it. Sometime tonight you will have some little munchkins coming around with baskets. We ask that you find pictures of your favorite dead presidents and put them in the baskets for us. Reason being is those upgrades we had to just make cost us over $3,000. So we ask for your generosity. If you were unable to at this time, we completely understand, and we still welcome you to our show. Just as you welcome family and friends to your house, this is our house. And so we take pride in welcoming you to our house for the holiday season. Part of the holiday season, of course, is children. The Shoreline Players is no different. We have an organization called SPYDA, S-P-Y-D-A, standing for the Shoreline Players Youth Drama Association. These children meet several times throughout the year. They put on several productions, and the holidays are no exception. They have been working very, very hard. They found an excellent script. It's quite topical, and it's also quite current, even though the message is centuries old. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please welcome our SPYDA kids presenting the Evening News Hour.
TV Evening News.
Tonight's top story is the census. Caesar Augustus has issued a decree that a census will take place in the entire Roman world. Everyone must go to his own town to register. We now join Aaron of Damascus on the fields of Bethlehem. Aaron?
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm here in the hills of Bethlehem to talk to the shepherds about what the census means to them. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you been to your hometown to take part in the census?
Yes, I have. Can you touch the left a little bit? That's not good. Step to the right. Perfect.
And what do you think of the massive amounts of people that are now coming into the city?
It's been hard to keep all of our sheep together. All these people keep showing up.
I see. And will you be glad when the census is over?
Yes, at least then we'll know where our sheep are. You do know the census is for the people, not
all around us.
Sorry, we have to go find that lady.
It seems like our story has changed directions. This seems much bigger than the census. Back to you, Rebecca and Marcus.
Thank you, Mary. We will be back with more exciting news on the Savior's birth after this brief message.
Are you tired of cleaning up after your wife's stuff? Well, here it is, the magic shovel. Notice it's metal scoop. Now you won't lose any of that unwanted stuff that they produce. It can be yours for as low price as 3 pieces of silver. Yes, only 3 pieces of silver. And do you know what else comes with your magic shovel? This magic bucket. That way you can do twice the amount of work in less time. So let's go over it again. You get a magic shovel and for no added cost, a magic bucket. All for a low price of 3 pieces of silver.
Good evening. We are calling some breaking news. Let's go to our field reporter, Elizabeth of Bethlehem. Elizabeth?
Good evening, Rebecca and Marcus. I'm here in Bethlehem, talking to some of the people that are trying to find rooms for the night. But now, I'm also looking out for sounds of a new baby. Excuse me, can you tell me if you found a place to stay for the night, or do you own a house here in the city?
Actually, I have my own place just outside of town.
Have you opened your house up to some of the really desperate people arriving here in town?
I would, but my whole extended family is here and I just don't have any room for anyone else. We're sleeping on the floor for the next few nights. I have to be going to the market to stock up on food before we run out. I'll tell you, all of those people will lead you out of house and home.
Thank you for your time. There's always an excuse. Here's another person. Excuse me, I was wondering if you have opened your house up to anyone that's come to town tonight.
What? I wouldn't let a mouse stay in my house, let alone eating those people. Except you feed them in their rooms and give them a bed with clean sheets. I'm not a hotel. Let me guess. You and your camera crew are looking for a place to stay too. Well, I only have a 2-room house here in town. I don't have any room for you people.
No, we're not looking for any... Here's one more weird-looking person. Excuse me, I was wondering if you have time to talk to us.
Why, yes, I do.
Thank you. Have you found a place to stay for the night?
Why, yes, I have. I've been in town this yesterday. I've expected this kind of turnout.
Do you know if there are any rooms left at the place we are staying?
No, they had all rooms yesterday afternoon.
Would you ever give your room up to someone else that really needed your room?
No way, first come, first serve.
Thank you. Well, no one seems to have any room. Oh, there's a couple off in the distance. Let's see if they found a place to stay. Excuse me, sir. It looks like you've been traveling for quite a while. Have you found a place to stay for the night?
Thank you. And you here?
No, my wife is pregnant and she needs to lie down. We traveled quite a long distance from Nazareth, and, well, this donkey's quite old very slow.
No one would even help a pregnant lady?
No, but we do have one last thing to check. Otherwise, we'll be sleeping under the stars for the night.
I hope that doesn't happen.
May I help you? Sir, we need a room tonight. My wife is pregnant and she's about to give birth.
Harold, know we're full up, don't you?
I'm sorry, we don't have any rooms left. I would have given you my own room, but I've already given that up.
Harold, did you hear me?
Yes, sir, I heard you. Thank you, sir. We'll be on our way.
Wait, there's one space that's left. You stand over next to
news. It's very kind that you gave that couple a place to stay, even if it is a stable.
Well, I just hate to see that young girl sleeping outside, seeing that she is nearing the end of her pregnancy.
And I'm going to be her midwife if she needs one.
Well, you both are just so very kind. This is Elizabeth of Bethlehem reporting back to you.
Well, that was a wonderful report. It is true that some people are not willing to give up their space to help someone that is in need.
That's right, Rebecca. Their hearts aren't big enough to see what others need of them.
If you're just now joining our broadcast, we are calling some breaking news. Our field reporter Aaron of Damascus was on the fields of Bethlehem when angels of heaven appeared from the sky, announcing the foretold birth of the Messiah. Marcus, when was the last time you ever actually seen an angel? This is groundbreaking news.
That's right, Rebecca. But for the minute, let's look to the scriptural aspect of this event. Rebecca?
Well, from our research on the coming of the Messiah, we found some extraordinary findings. For instance, in the book of Micah, it says, Bethlehem, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will rise one that will be ruler over all of Israel. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is. And there's even more to support that this child will be the Christ child. In Deuteronomy, Moses was telling the Israelites, the Lord your God will rise up for you a prophet, like me from among your own brothers, you must listen to him. So by what the scripture is saying, this child will be a prophet?
If you believe in the scripture, then yes, this child is the one that we've been waiting for. He is the Messiah. Anyways, let's go back to Aaron and see what's happening with the shepherds. Aaron?
Thank you, Rebecca. The shepherds are on their way to Bethlehem. We are just entering the city now.
Let's start asking everyone you see if they know of a baby being born tonight in a stable.
They seem to have a plan. They're trying to figure out where the Messiah is.
Sure, I hate to ask, but do you have a couple staying in a stable, expecting a baby?
Well, it's funny that you ask. They said they're from Nazareth, and they said the baby was coming tonight. Why would you want to know?
That's very exciting news, sir. We've been told by the angels that the Messiah was to be born in your stable.
What? Really? I'll take you to them now. Quick, follow me. My wife's out there helping.
Everyone, I think we found the baby. Follow that innkeeper.
We have to break for a short commercial, but we'll be right back after this message.
Well, the shepherds washed their socks by night. They all gathered around the lake, and the town walked to beat them out, and they were clean again. They used the self-made man to if they want to stop lying clean, be sure to use chlorine.
What's these crazy commercials on the air? Welcome back to MICTV Evening News. Let's go to our correspondent, Elizabeth Bethlehem.
Good evening, Rebecca and Marcus. I am here in Bethlehem, reporting on the birth of the foretold Messiah. I have just been joined by my fellow reporter, Aaron of Damascus. Aaron, how did you know that the Christ child was being born tonight?
Over here, please. No, over here. It will look much better. Oh, no, wait, you're right.
I was there when the angels told the shepherds that the baby was to be born tonight.
You mean the couple that interviewed? The one that's pregnant? Is she having the Christ child?
Yes, Elizabeth, I believe she is the one. The shepherds seem to think so as well. Let's go and see. Can you believe what has happened tonight?
I'm going to protect.
I will keep you warm.
Take our food for your bed.
Away in a manger, no crib for his bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the
housekeeper again. Excuse me, sir, but can I bother you again? How do you feel now that you know that the Christ child is being born in your stable?
I just would have never believed that the Savior of the world would have been born in my stable. If I would have known, I would have given them a proper home, not a dirty old stable.
But sir, at least you gave them a place to stay. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly.
Excuse me, Elizabeth. We are being told our international correspondent, Abigail of Babylon, is on the line. Abigail?
Good evening. I am here with 3 magi who are traveling from the east. Excuse me, ma'am, why are you traveling from the east? We are looking for the one who has been born a king. My sources have told me that you have gone to King Herod and asked him where to find the one born a king. Yes, we have, but he looked disturbed by our asking. Really? Then what happened?
He called all the teachers and elders and asked them when the Christ was to be born. They told him that the Christ was to be born in Bethlehem, just as the prophet had written.
So King Herod has sent you to Bethlehem.
Yes, he has.
How are you going to find the Christ child?
We are following a bright star that has appeared to us.
How do you know the star will lead you to the Christ child?
We can study the secret writings.
We are seekers of God because our prayers and holy-hearted seeking the God of heaven has decided to lead us by this star. What are you going to do when you find the baby?
We are going to worship him and bring him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Really? Well, that's amazing. You heard it here first.
Abigail, can you tell us where you are now?
I'm actually entering Bethlehem right now. I can't wait to see this newborn king.
While we wait for Abigail to join the fellow reporters in the stadium where the Christ child is being born, please watch this message.
You have trouble falling asleep, staying awake thinking of the Savior being born in the stable, wanting to give up your bed but you're too far away. Will you give it up anyway? Solidarity? Well, do I have an invention for you? Cheap. That's right, cheap. For a low price of all your fees, you can count easy policy faster. One cheap. And in the morning, you'll be able to work with the meal. Call 1-800-1-2.
Good evening, Abigail. Good evening, Aaron and Elizabeth. We are at the stable where the Christ child has been born. Let's go inside. Marcus, Rebecca, it is the most remarkable thing I have ever seen in my life.
Born is the King of
life will be a great one. There will be many places built for him. He'll live a life of luxury for sure.
I'm not so sure about that, Marcus. Why was he born in a stable with the animals standing by? And why were the shepherds the first to know? He was supposed to live a life of luxury, wouldn't he have been born in a palace?
You overthink things, Rebecca. He's a king. It's what happened.
From all of us here at MIC TV Evening News, thank you for watching and have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Spida, the Evening News Hour. This is for those of you that are watching on YouTube. Do us a favor and comment where you're at. We'd like to see how far we're reaching out and touching people this year. And from time to time, if you've been to the show more than once, you'll hear me say things like, "That's not the way it went in rehearsal." Well, the reason that is because we don't rehearse this show. The kids do. They have to. Everything else happens kind of the spur of the moment, seat of the pants, fly as you go. And one of those things are order changes and other stuff. So Caleb, don't panic. It's not your fault. We're going to have the dual singers this time. So if you have a cue that has handheld 1 and handheld 2, you'll go to that next, please. And they can edit that out in post-production. So, that's how it goes with live entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. There are things that just go crazy, and there's things that you don't know how crazy they go because you can't see beyond these walls. If you could, sometimes it's actually funnier than the show you're watching. I'll attest to that perfectly. It's wonderful back there. Okay, a little note about Spida before we continue. Some of you may have had the pleasure of knowing our previous Spida director, Miss Diana Smith. Lovely young lady. Unfortunately, 3 years ago, we lost her to cystic fibrosis. And it was definitely a blow to the Shoreline Players family because she was the driving force behind this group. Well, Miss Sue and Miss Renee, Heather, Crystal, and Chelsea have kind of taken up the reins to keep things going. But theater was Diana's life. She lived for every performance. So to honor her memory, we've kept Spida going, and we've established the Diana Smith Youth Theater Fund. If you are interested, there are brochures in the lobby. to tell you Diana's story and why the fund has been established. And you can also check out the Community Foundation for Northeast Michigan if you are of the mindset to include that in your charitable donations. That fund, of course, was established to keep this going. The costs of putting on shows just keep rising, as everything does. And we did want to keep reaching out to the community. So with the fund being established, after it reaches a certain dollar amount, I'm not sure what that is, but it becomes what they call self-sustaining. The investments that the fund make will actually continue to make it grow. And so we're trying desperately to get to that point to make that fund last forever, so that Shoreline players will never have to tell a child, no, you can't act in a play because we don't have any money. So please check out the Community Foundation of Northeast Michigan if you are looking for a charitable cause, and we appreciate that. Onward and upward, ladies and gentlemen. Our next pair of young ladies are sisters, and they are going to be performing Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. I'd love you to put your hands together for Angelie and Natalie Nelson.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see, every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Wonderful job, ladies, wonderful. Now, folks, both Angelie and Natalie have also participated in Spida shows, but as you can see, they've grown up a little bit, and they're getting ready to, I think, move on to some of our adult shows. And I mean that in age sense, not in thematic content. But give it up again for them, Angelie and Natalie. And I know you can't see this, Caleb, but it's number one. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. So how we doing? Okay. You're getting used to it? I got it. All right. Got a question for you. Where does Santa Claus keep his money? In a snowbank. That is what the price of admission is in listening to my bad jokes. Another product of our Spida group and who's moved up into our more grown-up shows. I'll have to say it that way so I don't get in trouble. She's done some murder mysteries with us, and of course she was starring tonight as Rebecca Bethlehem. She's going to sing Hallelujah. Would you please welcome back to our stage, Alyssa Ratajczyk. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Ratajczyk. Well, I told you earlier that some cherubic angels will be visiting you in the audience, and it's time for them to do so. I would kindly ask you to please look in your purses, wallets, pockets for pictures of dead presidents. I like Mr. Franklin personally. We got that, which is good. Thank you. We'll take money that folds, we'll take money that jingles. We are not proud. Hey, look, there they are. Amazing. They will be coming around and begging you for some sort of nice thing. Don't forget, we'll be coming up with our intermission very soon. When you get out there, please stop by and make sure you see Mrs. Curtis. She has the Blame Bada Boom table out there. And all her jewelry is on sale right now, so gift ideas galore. Plus, you can pick up a raffle ticket and maybe win yourself a real nice prize. Or win yourself a gift for somebody. And your donations, of course, to that cause go right straight to Shoreline Players as well. So we thank Sandy for her wonderful gesture all weekend long. She did herself last night and tonight. Also, the concession stand will be open in case you're getting a little bit snacky like I am.
Just pass the basket down, honey. JD, you can watch it as they do it.
And if by some chance that basket missed you, we will beat the children. If that basket missed you, you will have another chance as a can in the lobby to deposit. It says coffee donations, but we're going to use it for something else. We have a lot of coffee. You guys can take those right out to the lobby because there's somebody out there willing to collect them. If not, they can go in that black Chevrolet that's in the driveway. I'll count it later. So, how are we doing so far? I like it. Again, those of you tuning in on YouTube, welcome along to our 11th annual Community Christmas Show. Please sound off on the chat window and let us know where you're from so we can make sure we find out where y'all are from. I sent the baskets to the lobby, Miss Sue, so they will collect them there, and that way they are no longer in this room. With that being said, we invite you to make your way to the lobby, enjoy some snacks and fellowship there. Be back here in about 12.6 minutes, or 15, whichever comes first. I'll see you in the second half. in 2 minutes. We will begin the second half of our show in 2 minutes. Please take your seats. Welcome back. Y'all get your fill? No? There's plenty left. Stop by after the show. There's plenty left out there. Trust me. All right, those of you that partook of the raffle tickets, we're going to have Mr. Curtis pick his able-bodied assistant. Who would like to be an able-bodied assistant? Your hand went up first. Come on over. Come on down. And the number is the big glass. Don't drink out of it. 686. So far, everybody's potential. Last three digits, 814. 814. Right down there. All right, I see a waving hand. All right, awesome. You can see Miss Sandy in the lobby to pick your prize up. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the show. And a great big thank you to Sandy Curtis. Blake Bada Boom, your paparazzi representative here in the Oscoda area. Back to you, Bob. The lights are down. And we move on ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you right now, this next young lady is a phenomenal singer. And the band that's backing her up ain't half bad either. Good job. Where's your drummer at? Oh, there he is. I'm like, dude, he disappeared. No. You're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to put your hands together and welcome Miss Linda Ramsdell and Shoreline Jazz.
Thank you. So I heard a rumor. Somebody's coming to town. Who is that? Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. So next is Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Jolly old St. Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm gonna say. Christmas Eve is coming soon. Now you dear old man, whisper what you'll bring to me. Tell me if you can. Johnny wants a pair of skates, Susie wants a dolly, Nellie wants a Jingle bells. And you can help me.
Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. In a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
Are you through playing now? Ladies and gentlemen, Shoreline Jazz and Linda Ramsdell. Shoreline Jazz, under the direction of Mr. Jim Sack. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Providing the holiday cheer. How we doing? It's getting better. You know we're building, right? We're building to the big finish. What's the big finish always here at the show? The light show, that's right. This year is no exception. It is bigger, badder, better than ever. I can guarantee it. I worked on part of it. And usually what happens is the week before the show, myself and Mr. Joseph spend about 800 hours here. And even when I get home, my dog doesn't know me. Such was not the case this year. We started early, and I worked on the show for one day and had some commitments. And it really became a true team effort between Anton Orso, Sue Miller, Chelsea Miller, Heather Tate was part of the group hanging out there, and myself, and Renee Diener. So it was really a true team effort this year, and I think you're going to like the results. Not only have we gotten a bigger, badder, better in terms of everything we can do, we have much more on the stage. And again, that's a great big thanks to Eric Joseph. All of this fancy tech that you see, that belongs to him. It doesn't belong to the theater. And he graciously brings it out each and every time we have a show and lets us use it and does not charge the theater. So I'd like to give him a nice big round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, that you do not see during this show. We talked about Spider earlier. Two of our Spider kids right now are operating the sound and the lights for this entire show. Please give it up for Alex on lights, Caleb on microphone. And we had a host of parents backstage tonight, spider parents that were wrangling those cats. So yes, Miss Sue is telling me, I got one of those little things they can talk to me. She's telling me to please make sure to thank all the spider parents for bringing up your children. It's always a pleasure to work with them. And she also wants to make sure I let you know that she is very proud of each and every one of you that did your play up here tonight. You did a fantastic job as always. Cheers for the Spidey kids one more time. Our next performer, I consider him a big kid. I call him my fine four-wheeled friend because he doesn't have to walk. Here he comes. My brother from another mother. How you doing, Robert? Hey, I forgot the mic stand. It's right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. When you wake up in the morning and you're like, well, I don't want to go to work today, I don't want to go to school, I don't feel like it. But you do it anyway, and you make it to the car, and I don't feel like it. I don't want to be here. I'm talking about perseverance, ladies and gentlemen, because this gentleman right here perseveres every single day of his life. He doesn't have the option to say, I don't want to get up. He has to have somebody help him get up. But he doesn't. Now, the really cool thing that Robert does, that I love to have this show every year with him, because he's got this really neat computer. It's his voice. Now, some of you may say, well, it's all loaded with programs, and he just can, whatever. Nope. He has to program it himself, utilizing this little red button right here. Now, with that being said, we're going to set that right there. And as he programmed it himself, I ask you to welcome Mr. Robert Diener, presenting to us tonight before Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the long bed arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh of 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, all, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, the right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all his stockings. Then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. T-N-M-H-A-N-K. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your applause going for Mr. Robert Gates. I think he was trying to touch his mouse to move his hat. An amazing young man. I've known him for many, many, many years. That also brings up another reason for you to join us at Shoreline Players Theater tomorrow, another free show, the Area 31 Special Olympics. They have their annual Christmas show again, free to get in here. And if you want to see some kids, and I say kids, some of them are in their 30s, but they all have that wonder in their eyes like children. You want to see some people put a heart into a performance? That's the group you got to come check out. It's an absolute wonderful show. It'll melt your heart, and it's free. So come on back tomorrow. Show starts at 4 o'clock right here at the Shoreline Players Theater. Up next, we have two of our veterans of the Shoreline Players stage. Our technical guru, Mr. Eric Joseph, and both of these young men starred in our Hats Off to Broadway. Eric portraying King George, and Tim had several different roles in it. And how many of y'all saw Hats Off to Broadway? There's a second one coming up this year. Hats Off to Broadway 2. Watch your schedules. We'll have it ready to go right here at the Shoreline Players Theater. But right now, I'd like you to put your hands together. Welcome Mr. Eric Joseph, Mr. Tim Curtis. There he is, singing Mary, Did You Know?
Sound? No sound? Use the microphone.
Go.
Hello?
Number 3. Test.
Did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? And his child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby storm with his hand. Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Merry The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know?
Yep, that's why they're numbered, JD. So you don't hand the wrong one to the singer. Well, like I said, folks, it didn't happen that way in rehearsal. But that's okay. Now I got the record that I need. Told you, second half, building up, getting better, right? Are you serious? Are you sleeping out there? My goodness. Well, let's keep the hits just coming. Young lady by the name of Elizabeth Aldridge. She's going to sing. I'm going to keep you here for a moment. Yesterday you ran so fast you scared me. She's going to take care of a great tune called Oh Holy Night.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices for yonder praise. I knew when glorious morn fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born.
a thrill of hope. The weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. For all your needs, oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, home night, when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
Last night she finished a song, the note hadn't even died off yet, and she was in her car. I'm like, whoa, how'd she run? My goodness. So I got her this time. Keep it going for Elizabeth Aldridge, ladies and gentlemen. How come Santa's helper was so depressed?
You got the bill for Christmas.
He had low self-esteem. All right. Coming back to our stage, ladies and gentlemen, she's got a Faith Hill Christmas classic for you. Please welcome back Alyssa Ratajczyk with Where Are You Christmas? She was nervous. Stop it. Alyssa Ratajczyk, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for her. Well, we have a very, very wonderful treat for you right now. This next performer was with Shoreline Players years ago, and she took some time off due to some personal issues, and she's back joining us again. She's a singer and a guitar player, and she's also got a little helper with her tonight. I want you to please welcome Marty Hill and Miss Maya Lopez.
Hi everybody, buenas noches. My name is Marta, and this is my newly found tambourine angel, Maya. Talk about show business, not a shy bone in this little kid's body. I asked for a volunteer, and here she goes. I'm originally from Panama, the land where the canal was built. I was raised by parents who spoke 3 languages. I never knew the difference. American mother, Italian father, and somewhere in between, lots of Spanish. The tradition of caroling in Spanish countries is very similar to the English and American caroling, except that most of the caroling is done by what you saw tonight, children. They dress up in all the characters of the manger, Mary, Joseph, the shepherds, and they go house to house asking for lodging. You've heard the word, right? Asking for posada. So tonight I'm going to take you to all Latin American Spanish countries singing what they sing at posada. It's happy songs, joyful songs about shepherds and angels trying to find their way to the Christ child. So are we ready? Please clap with us. We want you to feel as happy as we are tonight. Okay? Yay. Are we ready, Maya? Okay. Venid pastorcitos, venid a adorar al Rey de los cielos, que ha nacido ya. Venid pastorcitos, venid a adorar al Rey de los cielos, que ha nacido ya. La Virgen María, un estado está. La Virgen María, buscando está. Buscando un estado para su niño, su niño, su niño. Se llama Jesús. Venid pastorcitos, venid a adorar al Rey de los cielos, que ha nacido ya. Venid pastorcitos, venid a adorar al Rey de los cielos, que ha nacido ya. This one goes to Bethlehem. Belén, campanas de Belén, que los ángeles tocan, que reina nos trae. Belén, Belén, campana de Belén, Belén, que los ángeles tocan, que nuevas nos trae. Campana sobre campana y sobre campana hasta pasar la ventana, veas aquí en la cuna. Belén, campana de Belén, que los ángeles se está peinando en los espejos del río y un peladito la está mirando, el Rey Jesús que ha nacido. La Virgen se está peinando entre cortina y cortina. La Virgen se está peinando entre cortina y cortina. Pero mira cómo ve, no sé de el tío, pero mira cómo ve, la
Little drummer boy. They told me a newborn king to see. I have no gift to bring. That's fit for a king. I'll play my best for you. I'll play my drum for you. And that's my gift to you. Ever written, and it certainly tells the story of what Christmas is all about, and that is Silent Night. We'll do a verse in English, the verse in Spanish if you'll be so kind and just sing la 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 right behind me. That'd be great.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our hearts. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. One more time, yeah. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your applause going. It's about to get crazy up again. All right. We doing all right now? Yeah. We're gonna go to about midnight, right? Okay, fine. Party bloopers. Anyway, this is the part of the show where I get to talk for just a few moments because we have to get things ready to go for that big finale. And we have to let the folks from backstage go. The folks from backstage can go now. There they are. They're in the audience. At this time, we are also At this time, if you are sensitive to flashing lights, loud music, and things like that, and you need to leave, please do so at this time. We do not want to aggravate the conditions. There is a monitor in the lobby that you can watch the show on, and it will take away a lot of that effect. What you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is not a nuclear meltdown. It's okay. We have two machines in here called haze machines. They are on the stage. And way above your heads, it's called a fog machine. Their purpose is to make these fancy little beams come to life. Without that, you wouldn't see those. My guess this year, first of all, if you can see behind you, you would see miles and miles and miles of extension cords, and I think we're up to about 150 different circuits. Every single light in this place is controlled by what they call DMX, digital multiplexing. And the light show takes these lights literally down to tenths and hundredths of a second for them to perform their actions. The reason we're doing this is, like I said, to get it ready to go. It will not harm you. I have done this show for 11 years and had no problems. Just kidding. I think we're getting close. That's good. In just a moment, I'm going to take my exit and go back to the back and sit back and watch this as well, because I get a kick out of watching just as much as y'all do. But before I do, I'm going to take an opportunity to thank you folks for coming out. Thank you for the support and the love you provide Shoreline players all year long. We do have our Dinner Murder Mysteries coming up on the 26th. And we have two other shows this season. On the back of your program, you'll find that Night Watch and Spin-Off. Night Watch is in March, Spin-Off in April. And then we also are putting together, as I said, the groundwork for auditions for Night Watch will be announced very soon. So if you want to try this crazy lifestyle on this theater, we invite you to try out. And this just in. Oh yes, what we talked about last night, that's right. Thank you. Community, folks, is everything. Our neighbors down the road, the Oscoda Community Center, have put out a plea. If you have any gently used sporting equipment, baseball gloves, cleats, hockey sticks, etc., 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 basketballs, kickballs, Nerf footballs especially. They're trying to get some more things put together for the kids to have some more fun with. If you have extras and you do not want them cluttering up your garage, simply drop them off at the Oscoda Community Center and they will put to good use. So, again, that's our way of keeping our neighbors going as well. I've been given clearance from the tower that things are ready. We're going to do a real short test, and I'm going to walk down before they turn the lights off because it's really dark when they do. You may do your test now. I will walk back this way. It's dark. Who touched me? No flash photography, please. Okay. Wow, so far it's really cool. It's a study in darkness. Yeah, it's a study in darkness right now. So meanwhile, that was the test, and the test failed, which is good. If you don't do a test, then all kinds of bad things can happen. Okay, there's our test. We have a successful test. Tower, are you ready? Command center, set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, from Arthur Christmas, the Shoreline Players is pleased to present our 2018 light show, To Dash Away. gentlemen, on behalf of the Shoreline players,